Hi everybody, it's Anita at her kitchen counter, and here's what's on top today. Just a reminder, it's Anita Montgomery, Art from the Heart. Items made with love and prayers, and I'm at Facebook, Art from the Heart. Here we go. This journal has taken me a really long time, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I have always wanted to try rusting paper and fabric. And so that is how I made this. Let's open it and walk in. Here we go. Let's untie it. This is rusted muslin. It's got lots of space to open up and add lots more, but I'm already calling it my chunky, rusty journal, or rusty chunky, however you want to look at it, because that's exactly what you're gonna see. Okay, here's the spine. Maybe I'll come in just a little bit. Here's the spine, and the spine is 1¼ inches. The journal itself is 5 by 7. There are 2 signatures, 22 pages in each signature, so 44 pages total. And if you count the front and the back, that makes 88. I think this is the biggest one I've ever made, if I recall correctly. I don't want this video to take forever, and if it does, I'll run out of time. So let's just go with it. Okay, the spine is a type of, I guess you would call it duct tape. I was at Home Depot one day, and I fell in love with this, knowing I was gonna be using rusted paper and products as such. So, here's a flower that is rusted muslin. As you can see, it's ruffled and stitched. And there's a fun button with it that matches, and the thread coordinates with interesting little stitching instead of the crisscross that a lot of people use. Here's a vintage lady on the top, and it's on corrugated cardboard that has been rusted up and distressed. And this is like a cheesecloth, but it's something a bit different that I got at Hobby Lobby one time, and I've fallen in love with it. I love the texture. I love the way it looks. And down here, this just kind of reminds me of the Circle of Life, and that's a rusted washer of sorts. And I love to pick up things like that on my walks. I used a certain stitch on my machine. And here's the back where you can really see the rusted paper and the texture it represents. So let's enter. And this, all the way, also this is attached. I mean, you can slide it out if you want, but this way you never lose the tie. And I did kind of a macrame type of a stitch for the dangle. And this is rusted washers of all, whoops, sorry about that. It dangled all right, of different sizes. I'm gonna go back out and see if that helps us focus a little better. Oopsie doodles. Doesn't want to let me. There we go. Now you can probably see these better. Sorry about that. Yeah. And I used the same burlap tie here and here. So let's enter. Sorry, I'm not sure why it's not focusing right today. Let's hope we can get this to work. Okay, inside. I love to use texture again, and this is a very thick type of a paper towel. You can put a book plate or your name there if you would like. Here's one of the journaling cards. We'll tuck it in. And here's another one, and it starts like this. Life is a blank canvas. And I hope you kind of use this book that way as you fill it. And because it said it's a blank canvas, I felt led to leave this blank. And yes, that's more rust. And you'll see rusted papers all the way through. I love that. A cute little ruffle. More rusted paper. Over here is a blank page for journaling. A nice little ruffle as a tuck-in. And we have more journaling cards, coffee stained, front and back. On all the cards, I usually distress the edges too. And I kind of just tried to do a matching theme through this to match the little vintage lady on the front. Wishing you a day filled with good things. Lots of trim on some of the pages. My favorite leaf trim. Lots of pockets. With God, all things are possible. And you can journal on the back. Here's a little rose. Another little pocket, and it says, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. C.S. Lewis. You can tuck it back in. You can tuck more things in there. Writing space on the back. Another journaling card. Shine bright. You are amazing, and I like the way this turned out. A little heart on the bottom. Another little card. Hope lives here. A little rose with a pocket. Love you. Well, let's get it to tuck in. Another little journaling card. I love the way this paper, coffee paper stained. Library card. Lots of journaling space. I literally pierced the paper here. That's kind of what I was led to do. Instead of stitch it, I stitched it, but without the thread to do some paper piercing. And here you see the center of the spine. More coffee dyed paper. Another pocket with a heart. Cute smiles. Yes, on our journey we love cute smiles. I did a little rose here, and if you look, this matches the front of the little lady, the colors.